Good morning, guys. We are in the beautiful Santorini. The views are spectacular off of our balcony this morning. We will be joined by 6 other ships, we've been told. So it's going to be a busy day in this tiny little island. I can already see a few of the ships there behind us. Luckily, our ship should be the biggest one, so there shouldn't be a whole lot of other big ships coming in today. Let's see how it is. I can already see some of the beautiful towns over that way with white buildings. Don't know exactly where we will be tendering to because none of the ships here will be able to actually dock directly at the port because it's not big enough to take in even the smaller cruise ships. So all of us will be taking smaller tender boats, which will then take us to the port. So I'm not exactly sure if where we're going is on the other side of the ship or if it's somewhere over there. Perhaps also over there, but that seems like far away. Let's see, we'll find out, but I think it was like a 10-minute ride with the tender to take us from ship to shore. We have been warned that it'll be very busy, like I said, with the 6 other ships also here. So they've been warning us about crowds and booking an excursion with the ship or transportation with the ship or something. We didn't do any of that because none of it really fit what we wanted to do. So let's see what it's going to look like for us. We might try to take the steps up to Fira. They said that it's a steep climb of stairs, about 600 steps, and we would be then also dodging donkeys because they have donkeys taking tourists up the same stairs. There's also a cable car, but they said that line can get really crazy, especially once all of the other ships are docked here as well. So let's see, we will definitely take a look and see what we can find, and we'll just be exploring Fira, which is the capital of the island. And capital is putting it very generously because I've heard that it's still a small town, but they call it the capital. I'm so excited. This was one of my favorite ports on the itinerary. So let's go see what we can find in Santorini. All right, hi guys. We are back from Santorini and it was absolutely beautiful. We ended up walking up the steps. It's around 600 steps to get all the way from where the tender boats bring you to then up to Fira. And that was not as bad of a climb as I would have thought. It wasn't a steep climb, it was just a lot of steps, but they were easygoing and not a lot of donkeys to watch out for. I think we had 3 or 2 donkeys pass us on the way up, so not a popular option at least today, but it looked interesting, but I didn't want to put a poor little donkey through having to lug me up the steps. I can do that myself. But there was also the option for the cable car, which a lot of people took, but I think the line would have taken a while when we got there, and we wanted to walk anyway, so that was perfect. We stopped for a drink and we walked around the streets a little bit, but that was probably the minus of Santorini today. There were so many people there. There's 5 cruise ships that we can count, and then 1 smaller ship. So there were really so many people on those small little streets. So you were just trying to make your way through the crowds the entire time. So not a lot of possibility to just like wander around and look at the quiet streets like we were able to do, for example, in Rhodes. So that was a little bit of a minus. It made us come back sooner than we would have perhaps liked to. But yeah, it was fun nonetheless. It was very beautiful, and we got to see beautiful views of the ocean and the cliffside buildings and everything, so that was nice. Now, as we're back on board, we will figure out whether we want to do lunch or whether we want to go for a swim. Yesterday, we didn't actually make it to the pools, even though we changed into our swimming stuff, because we ended up just getting food, and then we got stuck in Schooner Bar for their trivia and the other activities. So let's see if we make it to the pool area today. Whatever we end up doing, as always, it'll be fun. So I will take you along for that. Let's go. All right, so our day in Santorini came and went. It was an absolutely beautiful little island. We could easily see coming back there and spending a few days there on a land vacation. There would be so much to do, I think, and it's just so beautiful with all the whitewashed buildings and then being high up on those hills and then with the views of the ocean. Oh, it was spectacular. When we got back on board, then we ended up having dinner in Izumi again, which was so delicious. I loved the lobster rolls that I had. So good. If you ever get the chance to try Izumi, try it. And even if you're not a person who eats fish, they have other than fish options, even though the main thing that they're known for is, of course, the sushi. But my husband doesn't eat any fish, and he's been able to find really good options like chicken or beef teriyaki. There's ramen, there's udon noodles with beef or chicken, there's some pork dumplings, there's fried chicken. So there's a lot of stuff that you can find even if you don't like fish. So it's definitely worth a try when you're on board. After dinner, then we caught the magic show, which wasn't the best maybe, but it was still a lot of fun. Great tricks. I still have no idea how he did it, except for one. That's why I didn't like it so much, because one of the tricks was so obvious how he was doing it. But that's life. Some things are hit and miss. I'm still glad we went, and then we called it a night pretty soon after the show. So now, hopefully, we will be all rested for our upcoming day at sea. But thank you for joining me for our day in Santorini. See you in the next vlog. Bye, guys.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.